Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be with you. My name is Father Christopher Tiano, and I am the new pastor of St. Paul VI Parish, a parish formed by the former parishes of Divine Mercy, Christ the Bread of Life Parish, and Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish. It's really exciting to be part of this new municipal model that's going across the church in Hartford, in the Archdiocese of Hartford. It's really exciting to reinterpret and revision what we do as church here in Hamden and what it means and how it all comes about. And in excitement, there's also the sense of fear of the unknown and fear of what we're doing and fear of a lot of different things. Change is difficult. Change is difficult, and if we're honest, sometimes it's difficult and irksome. You know, talk to me, I still can't find my boots, and then it snowed. Talk to me, I'm still not quite sure. For the first couple days in Hamden, I wore black pants and a brown belt because I couldn't find my black belt. Change is always a challenge. But you know, St. Paul VI, our new patron, said in 1975 in his apostolic exhortation on evangelization in the modern world, the task of evangelizing all people constitutes the essential mission of the church. It is a task and mission which the vast and profound changes of present-day society make all the more urgent. Evangelizing is, in fact, the grace and vocation proper to the church, her deepest identity. She exists in order to evangelize. Pope Francis quoted that quote in his document on evangelization. And it's a quote from St. Paul VI that you'll hear me quote an awful lot. If you're looking for what my raison d'etre as your pastor could possibly be, it's to form a parish that evangelizes, that brings the message of salvation to this city and beyond, to this town and beyond, that brings the message of salvation to a world that needs to hear this message. We, each week, gather around the altar and welcome Christ in the sacrament of the altar. We, each week, celebrate the sacraments with one another. We, each week, read and break open the Word with one another. And we have to bring, that Word and sacrament to a community that so desperately needs to hear it. That's what we're doing, my friends. That's what we're doing. And I know it's frightening. I know it's scary. I know we're going to have to exit our comfort zones. All of us, every single one of us. But isn't it wonderful when you look at the finished product of what we're doing? We're bringing Christ to the world. We're bringing Christ to the world. I'm from Derby. That's that town 2 exits away on the Parkway. I grew up there. I went to Catholic school. I went to Catholic high school out of deference to those, since this seems to be a Notre Dame in West Haven town. I won't tell you the name of the high school that I attended. Let's just say it begins with an F and ends with prep. I went to college in Washington, D.C. I studied in seminary in Boston. My first assignment was St. Anne's in New Britain, and I bring this up, 1989. There were 4 masses a day. There were 5 masses on the weekend. There were 3 of us assigned to the parish and a 4th priest who lived with us. It was a different world. It was a totally different world. St. Anne's has now been incorporated into another parish, and in a few years, those 2 churches will be incorporated in turn to another parish. It's just what we're doing across the Archdiocese. And it's all right. It's all right. After St. Anne's, I studied a bit in Rome, and I received a degree in spiritual theology like our former pastor. Following that, I was editor of the Catholic Transcript. I was also pastor of parishes at the same time. Following my stint at the Transcript, I served as pastor in Our Lady of Victory and St. John Vianney parishes in West Haven. Following that, I was pastor of the Torrington Cluster of Roman Catholic Parishes. Following that, I was named the Director of Religious Education and Evangelization for the Archdiocese, and then I was sent to, following my term finished there, I was sent to Derby as pastor. Every single assignment I've had has been either more than one parish or a parish and an archdiocesan job. Every single one. That's been the reality of my life. And it's exciting and it's wonderful, and we're going to do great things. Now, normally when I come into a parish, I listen. I have meetings. I have parish meetings. But because of COVID, and especially because of Omicron, and it is serious out there, just be careful. We can't have, I think, safely the parish meetings. So we're going to look towards probably Zoom meetings for us to gather together. And I'll give a few opportunities for those, for different times for people to join together so we can talk to each other about the decisions that are going to have to be made in the future. I am meeting with the finance counselors of each of the parishes as together, the former parishes together, so we can figure out where we are and to form a new finance council for St. Paul VI Parish. And I am also meeting, we're going to have a meeting with the former parish councils of each parish together so we can birth a parish council out of the 3 parish councils that are together. It's a big task, but it's not my task, it's our task. And we will do very well with our task. When I was a kid, as a seminarian, I wasn't really a kid, but when I was a young seminarian, I remember coming here to St. Rita's for a presentation. We were downstairs, and I think it was right after they renovated the downstairs to make the chapel and the meeting room behind the chapel. And I remember sitting there looking around thinking, this wouldn't be a bad place to be. Little did I know that it would also be coupled with Our Lady of Mount Carmel and Blessed Sacrament and Ascension. I don't think I'm pointing in the right direction for any of them. I think Mount Carmel is that way, right? Yeah. So it is what it is. I'm excited to be able to work with my friend Monsignor Joe. I'm excited to be able to work with Father Maurizio and the 3 of us and our deacons in the 3 former parishes and all the faithful stewards. We are going to do great stuff. We have 2 wonderful schools. We have a wonderful faith formation program. We have great things going on already in Hamden, and we are only going to build upon that. I am asking you for 2 favors. The first is immediate. I'm in the white Honda, and I have to get to Mount Carmel to celebrate the 5 o'clock Mass, so let me out first when you see me. But the second is more just in general. I'm not sure what we're going to do until I talk to people, so I can't offer answers. And I know people have questions, and they're legitimate questions, but I can't offer answers yet. And for us to speculate amongst ourselves when decisions haven't been made, when we haven't even spoken to each other, is not a good thing to do. So let nothing I've said tonight be misconstrued as a decision has been made. Let nothing that I said tonight be misconstrued as anything but, we will have to make adjustments to what we do and how we do it. But until then, we operate the way we've been operating, at least for a while. Great to be here. Great to be here at Christmas. The church looks beautiful. It's wonderful. I think I'm being filmed. I forgot. I should have known. I saw Chris, and that's his job. It's great. That's a wonderful thing as well. We have reached out. That's the one thing of this COVID crisis that I think the Catholic Church has really embraced, is our streaming of masses and streaming of services. And I hope that in a very real way that really helps people embrace the faith in a more profound way. It's good to be with you tonight. Know that I am symbolically shaking each and every one of your hands and symbolically wiping my hand with cleaner right afterwards and offering you some as well. Let's stay safe out there. Let's protect one another during this crisis. And I'm so happy to be with you. God bless.